Hello everybody, yes, it's with and welcome back to another video. In this tutorial, we were talking about how to make a Roblox group. This is a very simple thing, so some people may not know how to do it, some people may. Very simple to do, so we're just going to get straight into this. Now, you're just going to go to roblox.com, and then we're going to head over to there. So when you load in, this is a Roblox studio, by the way, so you don't need to worry about that if you're new to this. But I will just go on here for you. Yeah, so you just hit that communities button. It's called groups, but communities, same thing, whatever. This is their new like UI, so as you can tell, this is what it looks like. Now up to you how you want to do this, but yeah, so you join the groups, that's all it is. These are the ones that I own, and there's just some new UI, which is kind of okay, but as you can tell, you can do events, store, so you can sell merch, and then affiliates, and then members, all that stuff. Now, easy as it is, you just hit this button right here. Create community. Now, when you do this, you're just going to name your community whatever you want. Just make sure it's not taken. And then you add the description, and then you can add a logo, and you can choose these settings. Now, you can change this later, so don't worry about it. But anyone can join, probably would be best for now. But manual approve is great if you're just starting out. And then it's cost 100 Robux. Yes, it does cost 100 Robux, so you're just gonna have to make sure you do that and pay it. And once you pay it, it's just gonna literally do what it does for me. So yeah, you'll have your community. And then in here there's a few buttons on the right here, and there's remove primary or add as primary, so you can make the group your main primary and show it on your profile. There's leave community, there's change your owner if you're the owner of it, copy link, report abuse, and configure community. So if you hit configure, there's a few things in here now. It's gonna give you the same thing as normal, and then we have the settings. Talking about manual approving, community funds visible to public. That just shows that. That just shows like your Robux right here would be shown to everyone. Community experience is visible on the community homepage. Yes, normally have that on. You don't need this. Social links. These are where you add your social links. So I would always do this and make sure it's up there. And then revenue, of course, talks about revenue that you make. So like people are buying my solar pal, so you'll go through here. Pros and cons, always put your games under a group, because you can later just pay out to players, which is nice, which this kind of talks about later on, which you can do, but we won't worry about that for now. Going back, okay, let's see here. Yeah, going back into this, there's the members. So this is like where you guys do the roles and stuff, and then you rank people. You have band as well. Now, this is where you make the rules. Now, they are actually removing this and moving it to another place, which we'll talk about. But in here, I'm just going to give you a few little rundowns, okay? So, like, view and post on community wall, delete wall, all these things. For the first players, you want to just give them everything, like view community announcements and post and view community wall. That's all you want to give them. Now, when it comes to, like, a game developer in your game, you can do stuff like this, community announcements, and then, create and edit community experience. And then later on, you can change and mess with all of these other things. Now, it just basically lets people do things. You just want to be careful, though, because, you don't want to give someone certain access to things you don't want to give them to. Affiliates, this is where you just do the affiliate stuff. So people have been asking, it looks like we got 3 people. You can decline them, whatever you want to do, or accept them. And then allies, you can send them right through here. Audit log kind of talks about, everything in here. So that's another thing you can look at. But yeah, so like I was talking about, they actually are redoing some of this stuff. So let me see if I can find that real quick. Community should bring it up again. Oh yeah, and then gilded is another thing you can do. Up to you, but that's just another thing. So if you actually go here, yeah, so roles. So there's a new thing they're doing, but you're basically able to change like a lot of this stuff in here. So they actually added some more things like view and add like permissions and stuff wise. So like administration, there's now configure limited roles. And so add a role. So if you add a role right here, okay, and you call it like, let's just say owner, and you name it red, or let's just say game developer, then you can go into here and hit permissions and let me just game developer. So we'll go red, save changes, blah blah blah, members. So there's like a lot of cool stuff in here. So like you can look at configure and spend group revenue, no. View group revenue. So experience. So like they can play all experience. They can edit all group experience. Edit and publish. Yes. They can view all on like some of these you don't even have to put on. View all analytics. Yes. Configure and share links. View data store managers and configure bands for all group experiences. So like if they have that role, and that's where you go into here later, they're allowed to do certain things. Yeah, so and then of course owner and admin, all those things you can go into later. Now I'm really happy they added that, so it's really nice. And then of course displays members. So this is where they're going to be moving things. So just double check when you go into here. These are the legacy roles, so that's kind of what they were talking about by that point. But yeah, you guys, I hope you did enjoy this little tutorial. Nothing too crazy. And if you have any more questions, feel free to let me know. But utilize groups when you can. It's perfect if you're making your first game, because if it pops up and blows up, you'll be able to get that revenue and give it to people or use it and not worry about taxes. And then also at the same portion, it's really good for group games and other things like that. So hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.